Lovely. All right, guys, just starting. Now you can't see me there. Standing on your mat, we'll go through a couple of leg kicks. Get that hip joint nice and warm. Get a little stretch in the front in your hamstring. Give me 10 reps on both legs. Is that sore comfort?
Yeah. Bloody pistol squats, I think, and the lunges.
Oh yeah, pistols and lunges. All right, guys, from there, then we're just going to do a straight leg good morning first. So you can bring feet together or slightly apart is fine, but I want a locked out knee on this one. Hands on the hips and just focus on pushing the hips back until you get a nice stretch in the hamstring. Notice how my tailbone is turned up. I have a nice flat back, so I'm not rounding into this. So from the top, just push the hips back. Try not to round forward or bend forward with the shoulders for 10. So Carly, lock those knees out 100% for me. We're going to do a little knee bend in our next set. I can still see a slight bend, Carly. So I'm going to be in the knees. Really squeeze your quads. And you may only hinge over, there you go, over a little bit. Perfect. But see if you can bring awareness to your knees, guys, and keep a full lockout. You'll notice the difference when we go, to a bent knee one here in a moment. So you can see I'm really pressing my knees back. Lovely. Once you've done 10, now I'm going to take my feet just a slight bit wider. And this time I'm going to allow my knees to bend. Think of it more as a good morning, pushing those hips back. I might get a little bit deeper in my hinge, but I'm allowing those knees to come to a soft bend. All right, and you want to imagine reaching your hips back even further. Keep the chest up, guys, at all costs. Keep that chest proud and forward. And I want you to even think of arching in the low back. There we go. So think about sticking your bum back or sticking your bum out. Very nice. And just notice it's slightly different. Very nice. All right, guys. And our next one, then we're going to spend about 2 to 3 minutes doing some Jefferson curls. And you can do either option with your knees, or you can do a varied ones with locked out knees or allow them to bend a little bit. So standing nice and tall, start by, so you guys can't see me, I think you're familiar with this. Start by tucking the chin, really tuck it until you can't get any more. Now allow the shoulders round forward. Keep those glutes tucked under. So they're not reaching back this time. You're allowing your hands to move forwards. And as you get down, turn that tailbone to the sky. Drop the head and neck. Now we're in a rounded position. And then peel yourself back up. So moving as slow as you want. And when you get to the bottom, if you want to give yourself a slight knee bend so you can get those hands a little closer to the floor. But take note of where you stop with your knees straight as well. Try and hang heavy at the bottom, Carly, so rest the head and neck. Lovely. Very nice, Hannah. Great movement in that spine. Lovely, Jackie. For once, I can say beautiful humpbacks. And if you can bring awareness, guys, Often people find it easy to round their upper mid spine, but just that lower mid spine can often be quite rigid. See if you can really curl and round into that spine as much as you can. Kind of the spine behind your belly button. Lovely, Carly. We'll go for another minute here. All right, guys, and you can rest. We're just going to take a couple of pike walks. So starting at the beginning of your yoga mat, locked out knees on this one, little steps forward as you bounce that upper body, trying to reach down as much as you can. We'll go up and back your yoga mat. Get in as many steps as you can. Lock out those knees for me comfort. Press your knees back as much as you can. Very nice, girls. And then last one in our little warm up, we're going to come to our tuck position. 2 bounces at the bottom, 1 and 2. Send the hips up high, 2 bounces at the top. All right, that's 1 rep. We'll make our way through 10. Excellent. Try and keep that gap between your lower belly and the top of your thigh nice and compressed as you send those hips up. Try to keep that connection. All right, guys, when you're ready, join me in your straddle position, and then I'm going to turn you down to your spider lunge. On the inside of your front foot, and just give me a couple of hip bounces here. Open up through the groin, through the hip. You can take a couple of circles if you like. All right, when you're ready, we'll drop that back knee to the ground. I'm just going to, you can use the support of your front knee, push your chest up, take your hands to your hips, and just let those hips sink forward and down here. Taking a nice stretch. Making sure this front foot is not tucked back, guys. I want it right out in front of the knee to allow those hips come forward and down. Lovely. You can push your front knee out to the side, out towards the baby toe. I can definitely feel the additional weight going down through my hips. This is feels really tough today. All right, guys, we're going to take our hands back down, bring our focus to our back foot, or our back heel. I'm going to pull that heel to my butt cheek and bring it back to the floor, nice, slow and controlled for 10 reps. When you get to the top, give me a little tight squeeze for a second before you bring your foot back down again. So really feel that hamstring work. Very nice. Then on that 10th rep, I want you to keep your heel up and you're going to give me 10 little pulses. So pulsing that heel, just be careful of cramps in the hamstring, pulsing that heel for 10. Excellent, guys. And on your last rep, then we're just going to hold it for 10 seconds. I'll let you do your own count. And just focus on squeezing that hamstring, pulling that heel as close as you can to your butt cheek. Whoo, and release them when you're ready. Very nice, guys. From here, keeping my feet in the same position, just straighten that front leg. I want you to, my left leg is in front, so I'm going to pull my left hip back just to get my hips nice and lined up. Lovely, guys. And from here, I'm going to go to 10, flex and point my foot. So pull my toes back to my shin and point to the floor for 10. Lovely. Just take a little awareness to your back, guys. If you're very rounded, I want you to try and think of that proud chest. So just flatten the back as much as you can. Just to pull on that hamstring a little bit more. All right, guys, pull your toes back to your shin and hold, and you're going to wave the sole of your foot left to right for 10 reps. Keep your toes pulled back. Excellent. Okay, and from here, guys, I'm going to lift my chest. I'm going to point my toe again. We're going to go for 10 leg lifts. If this feels easy, lower the chest a little bit to a point where you can just about pull your heel off the ground ever so slightly, maybe an inch or two for 10 reps. This is going to get that quad working. Okay, so off you go. If you are a little bit higher and you want to hold onto the wall for stability, that's fine. Very nice. Lovely, guys. And from here, we'll just finish with a stretch. So hands on the hips. I want you to think good morning style here. So really flat back. Push your hips back. Push them back, keeping that back as flat as you can. Lovely, Carly, right there. Squeeze the quad, press the knee down. Even if you want to take your hand on your knee and just give it a little press to make sure it's nice and straight. A couple of deep breaths. Very nice, guys. When you're ready, we will swap our front leg. So coming into our spider lunge again, starting with the back knee elevated for some hip bounces and hip circles. Really drop those hips through. Again here, guys, squeeze that back knee so it's nice and straight. Okay, and when you're ready, we're going to drop that knee, push those shoulders up, stacking them on top of your hips, and then let them move forward and down. Move that front knee out towards the baby toe. Lovely. And really give in here to gravity, your body weight. Let those hips sink. Very nice. Okay, from here, we're taking our focus to our back heel. So take your hands back to the floor. And we're going to go for 10 heel lifts here again. Take a little squeeze at the top and slowly lower the foot back to the floor. You might also feel this as a stretch in your quads. if you're tight. Actually, if it is too much in your quad, you can just push your hips back a little bit so that that stretch eases off the front of your leg. Excellent. On that 10th rep, guys, go for 10 pulses. And then, as you know, at the end of that, again, hold for 10. Really feel that hamstring working. On your own count. Wonderful, guys. All right, when you're ready, straighten that front leg. My right leg is in front. I'm going to pull my right hip back. You might notice that it's slightly out in front. And then we're going to go for 10, point and flex. And just feel how the stretch changes as you move that foot through the stretch. Lovely. Once you've done 10, pull those toes back to your shin. So you can feel it at the back of your knee, and then you're going to wave the sole of your foot left to right, getting a little bit of hip rotation. Excellent. And then our final one, guys. So finding the right challenge for you, whether you're upright, hinging forward as much as you can for that small leg lift or heel lift off the floor. For 10 reps. And if you have anything to support your arms, yoga blocks or foam rollers, if you need to raise the floor a little bit, it would be very helpful. Perfect, Carly. Sorry, guys, and we just have one hold, Jenny, before you fall out of that. So once you've done 10, guys, starting with your shoulders upright, point your foot as much as you can, squeeze the quad, think of a good morning here, push those hips back, keeping that back flat. Make sure I have a foam roller here just so I have balance. And as you can see, I'm really trying to keep my spine nice and straight, especially that lower spine. So I'm not tucking my hips under, I'm sticking my tailbone back. And hold here. Very nice, guys. Really good work. Okay, and release for me. All right, so coming into our final piece this evening, we're going to go for our splits. So just for your setup, guys, if you have the slippy surface, so I'm looking for wooden floor and a pillow or a cushion that easily slides in and out, or a sock. Carly, is that carpet? Do you have anything slippy enough? You know what might work, Carly? You may not have a frisbee, but even like a hardback book, one of Layla's books might, something that would slip along the carpet could work. And then, guys, yes, it's just see that it might and might not work, Carly. And if you want, guys, to place a cushion under your back knee just for comfort, you can. And then the final piece, if you want to raise the floor, guys, if you have yoga blocks, foam rollers, so you can use them for stability. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the slippy floor that I'm talking about. I'm wondering if I have a book up here. I'll try my notebook if that'll work. Maybe not, but. So starting in your half lunge, guys. Keeping the shoulders upright if possible. Yes, no, not really. Okay. I'm just going to improvise. So sliding that foot out as far as you can, taking about 5 seconds at the top, and then pressing the heel into the ground to bring yourself back to your half lunge position. Sorry, I certainly don't have a good setup here. So you're going to go for 5 moving reps, but I want you to take at least 5 seconds, guys, at the front of each rep. Beautiful, Hannah. And then the key part, is that working, Carly? Oh, there you go. When you're coming back, pressing the heel into the ground to see if you can come back without the use of your hands. Part of the way at least. Nice, Hannah. Yes, Jenny, look at that. Oh, Louis. Good. And even Carly, if you want to turn that dumbbell on its head so you can just use it as a support. Often when we have our hands on something, guys, it gives us a little bit of confidence to slide that bit further. Lovely comfort. On your last rep then, guys, I want you to hang out in the front of your splits. We're all a little bit different, but I'll let you go yourself, anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds. Breathe deep here. Wonderful. And again, I'm not, we don't have to fix it today, but just be mindful of your hips. Have they twisted a little bit? Good, Carly. Can you straighten that front knee, Carly? Beautiful. There you go. And maybe slip into it a bit further. Lovely, guys. Excellent, Hannah. Good, Jackie. Really, really nice work and comfort. And you can just test yourself, guys. Do you prefer to point your front foot or do you prefer to hold it up to the sky? Excellent. So whenever you have enough, guys, with the longer you hold it, the better. We'll make our way to the opposite side. So again, 5 moving reps with a 5-second pause at the front of each one. And then we'll spend about 90 seconds on that last rep, holding your front split. Excellent. See if you can return good comfort, keep the knee straight. Now press the heel and drag it back. Lovely comfort. Well done. Try not to bend the front leg at all, comfort. Keep it straight the entire time. There you go, and slide. Yes, lovely. Good, Carly. Very nice. Really good work, ladies. Taking 5 seconds at the front.